whether you've ever had to fight for yours. ChatGPT said, you ever get thrown face first onto your own hardwood by three dudes in tactical vests? Over a bird feeder? Yeah, you heard me right. A bird feeder. Pour yourself a drink, settle in, because I promise you, this isn't just another crazy HOA story. It's the kind of mess you think only happens to other people until you wake up and realize, oh, that's your porch they're dragging you across. You know what I mean? Let me back up a sec, give you the lay of the land. Name's Thomas Wilkins. 3 years back, I finally did what every broke millennial dreams about after too many years of ramen, Wi-Fi lag, and putting up with clients who think exposure pays the mortgage. I bought myself a little chunk of heaven, a rough-edged lot up on Lake Merrow, North Edge. Pines older than my last 3 landlords put together, hills that roll down into black glass water, mornings so quiet you can hear your own heart beating, assuming you want to. I wasn't running away from life. Maybe just the kind of life my dad, the old army guy, thought I should want. He never outright said he was disappointed I picked code and coffee over combat boots and command. But trust me, you can hear a man's disappointment in the way he doesn't say anything at all. Silence that could crack ice. Anyway, I designed the place myself. Not every nail. I like my hair unfried. Thank you. But every line, every window to catch the sunrise or hide from the moon. Ended up kind of a weird mashup, modern wood and steel, with a porch that creaks and a roofline you can see from the lake. Maybe the house had an identity crisis, but it was mine, and when I woke up that first morning, coffee steaming in my hands, the air smelling like pine sap and new beginnings, I thought, maybe, just maybe, I'd finally gotten something right. Enter Karen Montgomery. Yep, real name, real attitude. Picture this, a sharp bob haircut, clipboard welded to her arm, smile, so tight you could use it to open a can of beans. President of the Silver Cove HOA, the kingdom on the far side of the lake, where houses match like teeth and the lawns look photoshopped. My land? Not even in their HOA. Didn't matter to Karen. She marched right over, squinted at my brand new siding, and said, that paint's a bit too reflective, don't you think? I told her, nicely, I swear, I'm not in Silver Cove. She grinned, that IRS audit kind of grin, and said, oh, I know, but we have very strict visual standard for the lakefront. First time I'd heard of someone trying to regulate photons across open water. A week later, here comes the letter. Not dear resident. Not to whom it may concern. Nope. Full name, Thomas Wilkins. When they personalize it, you know you're in for a treat. According to Karen, my shed was chromatically disruptive. My bird feeder was a threat to the local aesthetic. And the kicker, my window trims were, quote, aggressive during peak sunset. Aggressive window trims. I wish I could make this stuff up. Did I fight back? Not at first. I repainted the shed, swapped the bird feeder for something so boring it practically begged the birds to ignore it, emailed photographic proof like some wannabe doormat. Part of me thought if I just played along, maybe Karen would find a new hobby. Huh. Instead, every time I blinked, there she was, clipboard, fake concerned voice, that suffocating cloud of superiority, telling me what the community expected, even though I didn't live in her community. I didn't tell my dad. I could already hear his voice. Why are you letting them? I didn't have an answer that wouldn't embarrass us both. Problems like Karen don't go away when you ignore them. They multiply, spread, find new ways to get under your skin. By late summer, I was waking up tense every day, waiting for the next request, or hella drone. And that's not just paranoia. One morning, I spot this buzzing thing near my roof. I wave at it, throw a rock, yell, but off it goes, zipping back across the lake like a mechanical roach. That's when I got smart. Started logging every letter, every visit, every car that slowed near my driveway. Paranoid? Sure. But the harassment was getting organized, felt like a campaign. I went to the county office, pulled parcel maps, checked boundaries. My property line was clean, no HOA jurisdiction, not even close. I pinned that map inside my kitchen cabinet, just to remind myself I wasn't losing it. But Karen was ramping up. Next visit, she brings this tall guy in a headset, looks around my porch like he's planning a heist. They leave me a printout, Community Aesthetic Harmony Guidelines, revised for lake visibility. Their HOA was on the other side of the water, but, quote, guests and investors need a pleasant view. I kept repainting, kept hoping compliance would buy me peace, like feeding a bear hoping it'll leave you alone. But you know what happens when you feed the bear? It just keeps coming back. Then the kicker. Karen shows up, all business, and asks if I can temporarily relocate from my own house for a weekend. Not borrow, relocate. They were hosting an investor event. Main lodge was under construction, and my place was optimal shoreline presentation. I just stared at her, words caught in my throat, until I finally managed a no. Her smile dropped dead on the spot. She stormed off, and for the first time, I thought maybe I'd finally stood my ground. You know, that's when things got ugly. 3 guys show up, matching uniforms, earpieces, moving like wannabe SWAT. You've been informed. The property needs to be cleared. I laughed, told them to get lost. That's when they forced the door. Next thing I know, I'm getting dragged across my own hardwood, shouting, "You're trespassing." Not that they cared. Then, I heard a voice I hadn't heard in over a year, my old man. What the hell is going on here? He didn't ask twice. 70 years old, and he takes down 3 Civic Shield private security, goons like he's back in a bar fight in '82. They went down hard. Cuffed, bruised, humiliated. Turns out, Civic Shield was just private security hire by the HOA. Cops show up. They want paperwork. I give him the deed, the county map, every nasty gram I'd saved. My dad's hovering, pointing out scuffs and busted door frames, documenting everything like he's prepping for court. Sheriff's deputies look it over, see I'm not, and never have been, under HOA jurisdiction. They arrest all 3 security guys on the spot. Karen? Nowhere to be found. Wouldn't answer her phone, wouldn't answer her door. Turns out, she wasn't even a full-time resident. I filed a civil suit. My attorney nearly danced. Local news caught wind, ran the story big. HOA president orders home invasion. Homeowner and ex-cop file their fight back. Civic Shield under investigation. Karen got tracked down by marshals in Colorado. Mugshot on every news feed. She settled out of court. $500,000 for legal costs, damages, punitive, the whole 9 yards. Civic Shield folded like a cheap lawn chair. Within a month, the state was drafting Wilkins' law to tighten HOA security oversight. Silver Cove, HOA? Toast. Board members scattered, dues disappeared. No more clipboard patrols. No more passive-aggressive newsletters. Best part? My dad didn't vanish after the fight. He stuck around. We fixed the busted fence, installed new lights and cameras, learned how to lay gravel so it crunches loud under boots. He even got me into boxing. You need to learn how to hit something that hits back, he said. So most mornings we trained, brutal, sweaty, but there was this weird satisfaction in it. Over time, he started opening up, told me about regrets, old stories, how he never understood why I wanted peace instead of order. I told him, wanting peace isn't weakness. He nodded, real quiet. Sometimes those are the same thing. Maybe for the first time, we saw each other. The scars lingered, I won't lie. For months, I flinched at every knock, double-checked every lock, woke at every sound in the night. But eventually, it faded, not because the world got safer, but because I finally stopped being scared. I took down the home is where you shut the world out mat. Replaced it with a new one. No soliciting, no HOA, no exceptions. My dad just laughed. You're learning. One morning, a college kid knocked community outreach, invited me to a bonfire, no rules, no dues, just neighbors being neighbors. I almost turned her down out of reflex, but I remembered what my old man said. Don't just build walls, build allies. So I went. We talked, laughed, played guitar around the fire. When someone asked about the HOA mess, I just grinned and said they picked the wrong house. That got a good laugh. Now, I fish every morning, fix up the house, train when I feel like it. Once a month, my dad visits. We grill, drink bourbon, say we're proud of each other in our own backwards way. Not bad for a civilian. You swing that axe better than last time. This place, it's not just wood and land anymore. It's a line in the sand, and nobody's crossing it again. So here's what I keep thinking about. Maybe you've wondered too. Is standing your ground really the same thing as seeking justice? Or is it just survival dressed up in a better story? I don't know. Maybe that's for you to decide. You ever get pushed too far by someone with a clipboard and a smile? Tell me, where's your line in the sand? When did you finally say enough? Drop a comment, tell your story. Let's talk about what it really takes to keep the peace and whether you've ever had a fight for yours.